The sound of rain tapping against my window was the first thing I heard that morning. I woke up slowly, reaching for my phone on the nightstand. The screen lit up, displaying a single, perplexing message from my best friend, Jessica. It read, "Anna, you have to come to the airport today. I need you. 12 p.m. Terminal 3. I frowned, confused. Why the airport? She offered no other explanation. I tried calling her, but it went straight to voicemail. A glance at the clock sent a jolt of anxiety through me. It was already 10:00 a.m. I only had 2 hours. I threw on a pair of comfortable jeans, a bright pink jacket to ward off the gloom, and grabbed my umbrella. "Mom, I have to go to the airport," I called out. "Jessica needs my help." My mom's face creased with concern, but she just said, "Be careful, Anna." The bus ride was miserable. It was cold, damp, and so crowded that I had to stand the entire way, clutching a metal pole. Through the rain-streaked window, the sky was a blanket of gray, and I could just make out the distant shapes of airplanes. When I finally arrived, the airport was a chaotic symphony of noise and movement. People rushed in every direction, their voices echoing as they pulled suitcases behind them. I scanned the signs, searching for Terminal 3. It took me a full 10 minutes to navigate the crowd and find it. But when I got there, Jessica was nowhere to be seen. I waited. 10 minutes passed, then 15, then 20. My initial confusion was turning into genuine worry. As I scanned the waiting area, my eyes landed on a young woman sitting by a large window. She had a suitcase next to her and was crying softly, her shoulders shaking. I hesitated for a moment, then walked over to her. "Are you okay?" I asked gently. She looked up, her eyes puffy and red. "I missed my flight," she choked out. "I don't know what to do." I sat down beside her. "My name is Anna. Is there anything I can do to help?" Her name was Sarah. She had traveled from another city to visit her sick father, but a delay had caused her to miss her connecting flight, and the plane had already departed. I offered her the bottle of water from my bag, and we began to talk. She had a kind presence despite her distress. "You're a really good person," she said with a weak smile. "Thank you." Just then my phone buzzed. It was Jessica. I answered immediately. "Anna, where are you?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I'm at Terminal 3, just like you said. I've been waiting." "Oh no," Jessica cried. "I'm so sorry. I meant Terminal 2. I'm here and I'm really scared. Please come quickly." I said a hurried goodbye to Sarah, wishing her luck, and then I ran. My heart pounded against my ribs as I raced through the airport toward Terminal 2. When I finally found it, I saw Jessica huddled on the floor, crying. "Jessica!" I shouted. She looked up and ran into my arms, hugging me tightly. "Anna, I didn't know who else to call. I'm so terrified," she sobbed. "What happened? What's wrong?" I asked, holding her steady. What she told me next made my blood run cold. "I think someone is following me." I was stunned. "Who? Why would anyone follow you?" "I don't know," she whispered. "On the bus here, I noticed a man staring at me. When I got off, he got off too. I ran inside and tried to lose him in the crowd." I looked around the bustling terminal. "Maybe it was just a coincidence," I suggested, trying to calm her. "You're probably just on edge." "No," she insisted. "I saw him again at the coffee shop over there." Suddenly, Jessica's eyes widened and she pointed discreetly. "That's him," she whispered. I turned my head. A man wearing a black cap and a long brown coat was standing near the exit, looking down at his phone. A chill went down my spine. "Stay right here," I said, my voice firmer than I felt. I'm going to talk to him. But before I could take a step, the man glanced up, made eye contact with us for a fraction of a second, and then turned and walked away, disappearing into the sea of people. We stood frozen, just watching the spot where he had been. "Do you believe me now?" Jessica asked. I could only nod. After a few minutes of stunned silence, I said, "We need to tell airport security." We found a help desk and explained everything. The officer listened patiently and assured us they would check the security cameras. We felt a little safer after that. Jessica managed a small smile. "I'm so lucky to have you as my friend," she said. I nudged her playfully. "Just tell me the right terminal next time." We shared a brief laugh, but the feeling of unease lingered. Why was that man following her? Was it a misunderstanding, or was something sinister happening? "Let's go home," I said, "but we need to be careful." Outside, the rain was still falling. I opened my umbrella as we hailed a taxi. As we settled into the back seat, I glanced out the rear window and my heart stopped. Through the rain, I saw him. The man in the black cap and brown coat. He was just standing there watching us. The taxi pulled away from the curb, the rain drumming on the roof. Jessica was holding my hand, her grip tight. I risked another look out the back window. The man was still there, standing under a tree, his figure a dark silhouette against the gray day. He was watching our taxi drive away. "Jessica," I whispered, my voice barely audible. "He's still there. He saw us leave." She turned to look, and a gasp escaped her lips. Her eyes were wide with terror. "Do you think he'll follow us?" she asked, her voice shaking. "I don't know," I replied, my mind racing. "But we're not going straight home. We have to be smart about this." I leaned forward. "Driver, can you please take us to the main city mall instead?" The driver nodded. "Sure thing." As he changed lanes, I checked the side mirror. A black car that had been a few vehicles behind us made the same turn. My stomach dropped. "Jessica, that black car, it's following us." She looked back. We could see the man behind the wheel. It was him. "Why is he doing this?" she cried. "I don't even know who he is." We arrived at the mall, a sprawling building buzzing with activity. We paid the driver and hurried inside, hoping to lose him in the crowds. But he was relentless. He parked his car and followed us in. We quickened our pace, weaving through shoppers, ducking into a shoe store, then a crowded clothing department. "He's still behind us," Jessica panted. I grabbed her hand. "We need to find security. Now." We spotted a uniformed security officer near the escalators. "Sir," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "there's a man following us. Can you please help?" The guard's expression turned serious. "Point him out to me." We gestured towards the man, who was trying to look casual by a store display. The guard walked purposefully towards him. "Sir, I need to ask why you are following these two young women." The man looked startled. "I'm not following them," he said smoothly. Then, pointing at Jessica, he added, "She's my sister." Jessica flinched back. "What? That's a lie," she shouted. "Sir, you need to come with me," the guard said firmly. The man made a move to run, but two more guards appeared and blocked his path. The police were called. They led us to a small office, and a kind woman brought us cups of hot tea. Jessica was trembling uncontrollably, so I put my arm around her. The police arrived and asked us a lot of questions, reviewing the mall's security footage. After what felt like an eternity, an officer came back in. You were right, he said. He followed you all the way from the airport. But why? I asked. The officer's face was grim. He had several photos of Jessica on his phone. He also had her full name and home address. Jessica looked like she was going to be sick. Who is he? We're still investigating, the officer explained, but we believe he is a private detective. It seems someone hired him to follow you. Jessica's voice was a faint whisper. No, it can't be. I looked at her. Who, Jessica? Who are you thinking of? She looked down at her hands. My ex-boyfriend. We broke up last month. He didn't take it well. That's a strong possibility, the officer said. We'll look into it. Finally, the dam broke, and Jessica started to cry, releasing all the fear she'd been holding in. I was so scared, she said between sobs. I just held her. It's over now, you're safe. Hours later, the police let us go. As we stepped out of the mall, the rain had softened to a gentle drizzle, as if washing the whole terrible day away. In the taxi home, Jessica fell asleep on my shoulder, looking exhausted but finally at peace. When we got home, my mom was waiting anxiously by the door. Where have you two been? I saw a news report about a disturbance at the airport. I told her everything. She pulled us both into a tight hug. You are my brave girls, she said. That night, sleep wouldn't come. I replayed the day's events in my mind. The cryptic message, the airport, meeting Sarah, the man in the brown coat. It felt like a lifetime crammed into a single day. But through the fear, I felt a flicker of pride. I had helped a stranger in need. I had protected my best friend. I had stayed calm when it mattered most. About a week later, something wonderful happened. I was working at the bookstore when I heard a familiar voice call my name. Anna! I turned around to see Sarah, the girl from the airport, smiling at me. I found you, she said. I laughed. You remembered the name of the store. Of course, she said. I wanted to thank you properly. You were so kind to me that day. We went for coffee, and she told me she had managed to see her father and was now starting a new life in our town. I don't really know anyone here yet, she admitted. I was hoping maybe we could be friends. I smiled widely. Yes, I would love that. In that moment, I understood something important. Life can be unpredictable and scary, but when we choose to be brave, to help one another, and to hold on to kindness, good things have a way of finding us. I went to the airport that day expecting only to help a friend, but I came back with so much more. I found a new friendship, a deeper courage within myself, and the quiet strength I never knew I had.